lovelies, it's Sarcasm the Sickness, and welcome back to Skill Link. Yeah, I think I missed it this Saturday, and I am quite sorry for that. It's been a really weird couple of weeks, to be honest, and, obviously, I've missed, Speak No Evil for 2 weeks in a row now, and that's a huge bummer, and I really do, I have to make an official update video about that, actually. So yeah, that's for another time though, obviously. Anyway, yeah, I'm sorry for missing Skill Link this past Saturday. That was bad of me. I really am trying to get better at this whole schedule thing. I did well at first, but now it's been kind of falling apart. But, life happens, and I've been trying to keep up with a whole bunch of stuff. I've been trying to juggle, like, personal projects, and commissions, and videos, and just, like, and like, talking to people, and everything, and I have not quite figured out exactly the proper formula, I guess, to have that all, like, work out well, but I have a feeling that it's still going to be a little wonky for a little bit before I kind of get myself on track, and I do want to apologize for that, but I at least want to warn you that there may be there probably will be more missed uploads in the near future, and I'm sorry. Like I said, life happens, and it just stinks. Anyway, I have rambled on long enough without telling you what we are drawing today. This was commissioned to me by Juancito Marvel, who is a good friend of mine. I met him in person at PAX East. He's seriously an awesome dude. It was a pleasure to meet you, Juan. And yeah, he's a cool dude. He's fun to talk to. He's awesome. Go check out his channel. Link to the channel and his Twitter will be in the description below. If you're wondering what to look forward to, obviously he's a PokeTuber. He does ORAS Wi-Fi battles and VGC battles. He actually is pretty darn good at VGC. So if you really want to get into VGC, you should definitely go check out his channel because he does VGC team building. So yeah, so he has a VGC team building series, which is pretty sick. In alternative gaming, I suppose. Ugh, I don't know why I just choked on myself there. In other gaming, he is playing The Wolf Among Us, which I've heard is a pretty fun game, or pretty interesting anyway, so it looks like he's really kind of just started it, only at episode 6, so if you want to jump into that series, that's there too. And, actually, what this drawing here in particular was done for is the final thing I want to mention, which is the State of the Pond Address. It is a series on the channel that used to be called the Random Vlog of Updates. Now it has, I guess, more official branding and name and stuff. So yeah, you can look forward to all of that. And the first State of the Pond is already up, and I love the intro. It's really awesome. And, yes, with that, as usual, go check out his channel. Drop some likes on videos and things. Check out his Twitter. He's a cool dude. He's a friend of mine. Just definitely go check him out. Be nice. And yeah, we're gonna dive into we are going to dive into today's topic. I cannot speak today, so good luck listening to this, I guess. Oh my god. Today I want to talk about something that's been on my mind a little bit lately. And I guess I want to start off by saying we talk a lot on this channel. We talk a lot, you and I. You all and I, all of you lovelies and I, we all talk, you know? We talk about a lot of stuff. We've talked about, yeah, we've talked about, like, things that maybe you can relate to a lot, like, you know, basically the Speak No Evil topics, and, you know, and things like the whole sex thing, and the, and, like, friendships, and bullying, and depression, and then, you know, we've talked about things that maybe, like, only some of us can relate to, which was, you know, like, the art stuff, and the artist stuff, and, like, you know, like, the YouTuber stuff. We've talked a lot. We've talked a lot about a lot of things, and a lot of you guys do talk back. A lot of you guys do, like, tell me what you think about things, and I love that. I really do. That's why that's why I always ask about, like, what you're thinking at the end of, you know, at the end of each video and stuff. I really do want to know. And I think that's wonderful. I really do think that's wonderful. But yeah, we talk about a lot of things, and, I guess, what's been on my mind lately is, being a role model, I guess. Because I can't expect to sit here on my channel and, you know, and throw all this all this talking at you. I can't expect to sit here and tell you like all these things about like how I feel about this and what I think about that and what I think should be done about this and, you know, how I would handle that, and not expect to be, you know, like a person that maybe somebody out there would, you know, start to look up to, or start to, you know, think like, hey, you know, that's pretty cool, you know, I admire that. And, you know, I'm really not trying to sound like self-centered or yeah, I guess I'm just not trying to sound self-centered or greedy or bratty or whatever, but, you know, it's something that it's gonna happen. It's like the same thing like people who get famous for really anything, and I'm not saying I'm famous, but people who do something consistent over time for a living, you know, like an actor, actress, you know, like a musician, a singer, a poet, a scientist, you know, like you can't expect to have all of these eyes on you and not have somebody say, like somebody like want to be, like, you know, aspire to be like you or be similar to you, you know? It's just, it's something that happens. It's what happens when you put yourself, you know, out there, put yourself into the limelight. And I'm not saying I'm famous, but, you know, I do have almost 2,000 people who are subscribed to the channel, and pretty much like 100 to 200 really active subscribers who do watch all of these videos. And 100 to 200 people is still a lot of people. It's still a lot of people. That's more people than I would have ever talked to in my entire life, pretty much, you know, if I wasn't doing YouTube. Because I don't, yeah, it's a lot of people. It's a crazy amount of people. And, yeah, so I've been thinking about that a lot, you know, being a role model and stuff, and I want to be that. You know, I've seen a lot of people say, you know, like, well, I just do this for fun, I don't want to be a role model, and I get that. I really do. I understand that. Like, I guess it isn't fair sometimes to you know, to have this person who really is just doing it for fun, or just doing it, you know, because they really love what they're doing, whatever it is, whether it be being a PokeTuber, whether it be being an actor, an actress, a musician, a singer, a freaking scientist, or whatever, you know, like, it may not be fair to expect this person to, I guess, to be a role model and to be a good one and to be like somebody who's willing to accept all this responsibility that they really didn't count on at first, you know, like nobody, like it's, you know, everybody, not everybody, but people say like, oh, well, like I want to be famous, I want to be this, I want to be that, but then they don't think about sometimes, like, I guess the consequences of it. Not that, you know, being a role model is like a consequence. It really should be something that somebody would want to be, you know? But again, I understand why you wouldn't. But, you know, because it's not something you really count on. It's not something you really think about at first. It's not something that you're like, wow, all of a sudden, all these people, they want to be like me, and I don't think I'm a good enough person to have people wanting to be like me, or I don't want to be held accountable for when somebody messes up because they tried to follow what I do, you know? I don't want to be, you know, I don't want to be expected to have to, like, care and not care, but, like, you know, like, take care of each and every single individual fan because they started to do something because, you know, because they're following my footsteps or whatever, you know, and it's hard, and I can imagine that. I really can't imagine how scary that must be to be in that position where you didn't expect, you know, you didn't expect to be taken that seriously, you didn't expect to be taken as somebody, you know, as more than what you really are, I guess, as more than just a person just doing something that they love. And I get it. But I guess as much as I understand it, that's not what I want for myself. And again, I'm really trying not to sound conceited, selfish, self-centered, but I do want to be a role model. I actually really do want to be a role model. I want you guys to, not like everybody, but I like the idea, I guess, of people looking up to me, and people, like, taking the lessons that I've learned, whether they be good or bad, you know, and I've done some bad things in my life, and I've had bad things happen to me because I've done stupid stuff, And I want you guys to learn from that. I want you guys to, I guess, to have a better life than I've had in a lot of ways. I want you guys to make less mistakes than I have. I want you guys to be able to chase your dreams like I am, and I want you guys to be able to express yourself like I do. And, you know, I want you lovelies to be able to see the world the way I do. And by that, I mean, like, you know, like, understanding that there are so many ways to see the world. There are so many people, there are so many points of view, there are so many ideas, there's so many beautiful things out there, there's so many beautiful thoughts, so many beautiful people, so many beautiful minds, and I want you guys to be able to see that. I want everybody to be able to see that, because if we could all see that, if we could all see just how wonderful it is to have all these different people with all these different mindsets, and not even, like, maybe not particularly understand every single one, because that's impossible. It really is impossible to understand the way everybody is going to see one certain situation. Everybody has a different point of view, but being able to understand that we all think differently and think in this just amazing, unique way, and being able to at least respect that, you know? Like, I'm not saying, again, I'm not saying that you have to understand. I'm not saying that you have to agree, because that's a big thing. I talk a lot on this channel, but I don't expect you guys to agree with everything I'm saying. My word is not law, you know? I don't want everybody to listen to one of my skill links and be like, well, she said it, I guess that's true then. I don't want you guys to be blind followers. I don't want you to be sheep. I don't want you to be, you know, like little ducklings that attach themselves to this one thing and follow it till the end of days. I want you to take what I'm saying and think about it. I want you to take what I'm saying and form your own ideas, form your own concepts, form your own opinions. But I want to put the information out there for you, and I want to put my point of view out there for you so you can see what I see. So you can see that, you know, that there is more than just your way of thinking. There's more than just you and your neighbor's way of thinking. There's more than just you and your mother and your neighbor and your father's way of thinking. There's so many ways to see one situation, and it's amazing. And I want that for everybody. I want everybody to be able to understand that. And I don't know, I feel like sometimes maybe it's a little much to ask. It's a little too much sometimes to ask for everybody to be able to respect everybody's way of thinking. And again, you know, like, you don't have to agree to respect it. You really don't have to agree with somebody to respect their opinion. You can have an argument with somebody and still be respectable, you know? You can talk to somebody who has a differing opinion than you. You can, like, here, good example. Before I stopped believing in God, one of my best friends in the entire world was an atheist. He didn't believe in God. He didn't believe in any higher power. And we would talk sometimes about it. We would talk a lot about it. But that never stopped us from being friends. That never made me uncomfortable. It never made me angry with him. It never made me upset with him. It never made me upset about myself. We had this ability. We both knew, you know, we both saw that the other person saw things a different way, and we talked about it. We talked about religion because we wanted to understand each other. And you know, as being at that time a believer, sometimes the stakes can feel like they're against you, you know? It's like, you know, an atheist usually comes with, like, cold, hard facts, and you're like, well, I have this book that I think is cool, you know? And I'm not trying to make fun of religion, I'm really not. But I mean, in all reality, that is the only concrete thing that we can show to, or not we, because I'm not actually a believer anymore, but that's the only concrete thing that a Christian, that, you know, that a Jewish person, that, you know, whatever, just that they can show is like, I have this book, and I believe in it. And, you know, and I know, I understood that feeling, I understand that feeling of feeling like it's hard to get through to somebody who only believes in what they can physically see and physically understand and touch and, you know, whatever. But he never made me feel like I was less intelligent. He never made me feel like I was, you know, less just like a lesser person to him. He never made me feel like that, and that was beautiful. It was really just an amazing thing to be able to talk with somebody, have completely different opinions, just completely different beliefs, and never feel like I never feel like it was an argument, never feel like it was a fight, never feel like it was like I was trying to defend myself against some kind of attack. It was just a discussion, and we still respected each other, and we still were friends with each other, and I want that for everybody. I guess I want to be a role model because, or I don't mind being a role model. I don't mind being seen as a role model if it happens or if it doesn't. I don't mind it because I feel like I do have a lot to offer the world. And that's why I started talking in these videos. That's why from the very beginning, from the very first video on this channel, I talked. I always talked. And I'm always going to talk. I'm never gonna shut up. I'm never gonna stop talking about what I believe in. I'm never gonna stop talking about what, you know, what things are important to me. I'm never gonna stop talking about things that I feel are unfair or unjust. I'm never gonna stop talking about things that I care about. And I want that for you too. I want you to wake up in the morning and you see something that you know is just it's wrong. You know, whatever it is, whether you see somebody, you know, treating your friend badly or treating their own friend badly, or whether you see somebody, you know, if you believe, you know, in preserving the environment, if you see somebody littering, you do something about it. You know, either you pick it up yourself or you tell them, you know, like, you shouldn't do that, don't do that, you know, you're really only making this place uglier, you're only making this place worse. You know, I want you to be able to stand up for the things you believe in. And I want you to be able to stand up for yourself. And I've seen it happen. I've honestly seen it happen. I've seen that I've been able to help a friend of mine. A friend that I made through doing YouTube and streaming and Twitter, and he was able to find the courage to express himself and to be able to tell the world who he really is, and be unafraid of it, and be willing to accept that maybe not everybody's gonna like it, but at least he can breathe again, you know, at least he can be himself, and at least he can go out into the world and say, you know what? Not everybody's gonna like me, but I like me, and that's the most important thing. And then the people that do still like him even after this, then those are the true friends. That's the true family. Those are the ones who really love him, and I am so proud of you. I want to tell you that I am so proud of you, because that is not an easy thing to do. It is not an easy thing to do at all. And I'm so proud of the people who listen to, you know, who submit a question to Speak No Evil, and then tell me later, like, how it all turned out, you know, like, whether they took the advice or not, or whatever, you know, they took action. They decided that they weren't going to sit there anymore and wonder how things are going to turn out. They took action, and I want that for everybody. I want us all to be able to not sit and wait for something to happen to us, because sometimes it doesn't work like that. Most of the time it doesn't work like that, and I want you not to listen to everything I say as if it were a concrete truth, because I will be the first to tell you that it is opinion, and it's belief, and you know, granted, there are people who don't believe the same things as me, and I find that hard to understand sometimes. I do. As much as I try, sometimes I don't understand why somebody could hate somebody based on their race or on their sex. I don't understand why somebody would hate somebody on their sexual orientation or their gender. I don't understand why somebody would hate somebody for anything, for religion, for just like the stupidest things. Just Like, there are people who hate somebody just because they look a little different, because they wear their hair a certain style, because they're, I don't know, just like, it's crazy, and I don't understand it, but I understand that I understand that it's out there, and I understand that my word isn't law, it isn't concrete, it isn't the only way of thinking. And I mean, do I want people to think the way I do? Of course, everybody wants that. Everybody wants others to see the way that they do. Everybody wants somebody else to understand. Because sometimes it's hard for them to understand themselves, you know? But what I don't want, I guess, is to have a group of blind followers who just, you know, listen to whatever I say, you know, without question. If you think something I'm saying is bull, I want you to tell me, and I want you to come up with, like a good argument for it, too. I want to have a discussion on it. If you think what I'm saying is crap, tell me, and we will discuss it. We will talk about it. But you better come with an argument. You better come with some, with you know, something to defend yourself with that, because that's what I do. I don't believe that everybody should just listen to me, but I have a reason for the way I think, and I think that's what everybody should have, is, you know, don't just hate somebody because somebody told you to. Don't just make fun of something because somebody else did, you know? Don't just believe in something because somebody else around you does. And, you know, if you find out, like, you know, like, if you are born into a religion and your parents teach you this religion and you're just expected to follow this religion, fine. But, and you know, and if you go and you're just like, you know, maybe there's something else out there for me. Maybe I don't want to be a Christian. Maybe I don't want to be Muslim. Maybe I want to be something else. And you go and you look and you do the research and you put in the time and you find out, you know what? I think I want to stay what I was the whole time. That is beautiful. That is amazing, because you decided, I'm not going to follow blindly. I'm going to follow because I want to. Because I decided that this was the best thing for me. And that's what I want. I want that if you guys are going to listen to me, and if you guys are going to, you know, like follow what I say, I guess, and believe in what I'm saying, I want you to do it because you want to, not because, oh, well, she told me and she's got, like, almost 2,000 followers, so, I mean, I don't know, I'm not gonna argue with it. Like, if you think that something I'm saying is wrong, go ahead and look it up, go ahead and have a talk with me, we can talk about it. But don't just accept, I guess. And this goes for anybody. This goes for me, this goes for your teachers, this goes for your parents sometimes, because sometimes what they say isn't, you know, what you should believe in or what you think is right. And, you know, sometimes they don't mean wrong, and that can go for anybody. That can go for your friends, that can go for the other people you look up to, that can go for your parents, your teachers, whomever. They don't always mean to be wrong or to sound, or to, you know, to hurt you or to hurt other people. Sometimes it's just what they were raised with. Sometimes it's just what they, you know, were taught. But don't be like that. Just, if I'm gonna be a role model, and that's what I want you to, that's what I want to teach. That's what I want to be a role model about. I want to be a role model that teaches that you should speak your mind, that teaches that you should express yourself, and that teaches, you know, understanding and acceptance. Even when the other person doesn't believe what you believe, you know? I want to be a role model for open-minded thinkers. That's what I want. I don't want people to just, I don't know, to just listen and obey. That's not what I want at all. I don't want to brainwash people. I want to teach you to do research on your own, to do, you know, to form your own opinions, to decide for yourself, and to speak up for yourself and to speak up for what you believe in and to speak up for those that you care about, even if they can't speak up for themselves. Or even if they can, you know, because sometimes you need somebody there to fight with you because you're not strong enough on your own or you're scared on your own. And I think that if we would do that, this world would be so beautiful. This world would be so much more beautiful than it already is. If we would just do something, you know? If we would just do something. That's gonna be it for today. In the comments section below, tell me who your role model is. Because honestly, I'm not really sure who mine is. It's weird to think about, honestly. But yeah, tell me who your biggest role model is. Is it your parents, your brother or sister? You know, freaking Bill Nye? Bill Nye's a cool dude, by the way. Yeah, whomever it is that you look up to, like, that much. And maybe it's multiple people, you know? For different reasons or whatever, but just tell me who your role model is and why you look up to them. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. You know I appreciate it. And if you're new to the channel, then hey, this is a pretty intense skilling to jump into, but it kind of overviews what the rest of skilling is like. I just talk about things, and yeah, we talk a lot. We talk about a lot of stuff, and if you think that's cool, then you should go check the other ones out. And you heard me mention Speak No Evil. Speak No Evil is like an advice column kind of show, so you can go check out the episodes that are up. I have to get back on the ball and actually record more. I'm so sorry. Yeah, that's it. Oh yeah, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, so I'm gonna see you guys next time, alright? Bye.